The massive research vessel Horizon Prime glided silently through the emerald-tinged nebula, its advanced sensors scanning the unexplored planetary system. Inside the command deck, Daehyun adjusted his tactical communications headset, his fingers dancing across holographic displays with practiced precision. "Scanning complete," announced the ship's computational interface, detecting unusual quantum signatures on fourth quadrant planet. Yunji, standing nearby in her sleek research uniform, leaned forward. Her translucent skin, typical of her Lumina species, shimmered with microscopic bioreactive sensors that could detect the slightest environmental changes. She watched Daehyun's movements, fascinated by the human's intuitive interaction with complex technological systems. The spacecraft descended through layers of iridescent atmospheric clouds, revealing a landscape both alien and mesmerizing. Crystalline, rock formations jutted from purple-tinted terrain, while strange bioluminescent vegetation swayed in winds that carried metallic resonances. Daehyun's combat training from previous deep space missions kicked in. He didn't just pilot, he anticipated potential threats. His hands moved with calculated smoothness, preparing defensive energy shields and scanning for potential biological signatures. "Preparing landing sequence," he muttered, more to himself than to anyone else. The landing module detached from Horizon Prime, its advanced stabilization systems compensating for unexpected gravitational fluctuations. Micro-thrusters fired precisely, guiding the module between towering rock formations that looked like frozen musical notes against the alien sky. Yunji monitored multiple diagnostic screens, her specialized vision capturing electromagnetic spectrums. Invisible to standard human perception, something about this planet felt different. The quantum readings suggested complex energy patterns unlike anything in their previous exploration databases. As the module touched down, robotic reconnaissance, drones emerged, their serpentine movements capturing 60-degree environmental data. Mechanical legs adapted instantaneously to the uneven terrain, sending real-time imagery back to the main vessel. Daehyun's hand unconsciously touched the compact plasma rifle attached to his environmental suit, a habit from years of exploring potentially hostile planetary environments. His eyes, sharp and calculating, scanned the surrounding landscape. Suddenly, a low-frequency vibration rippled through the ground. The reconnaissance drones froze momentarily, their advanced AI processing unexpected data streams, detecting subsurface movement, the computational interface announced neutrally. Before anyone could react, a massive crystalline structure emerged from the ground. It wasn't a geological formation, but a living, breathing entity that seemed part organic, part technological. Tentacle-like appendages made of what appeared to be transparent metallic substance extended outward. Yunji's breath caught. Her species had documented thousands of alien ecosystems, but this was extraordinary. Daehyun remained calm. Years of training had taught him that panic was the fastest route to mission failure. His fingers activated multiple defensive protocols, creating an energy barrier around their landing module. The crystalline entity pulsed with internal light, sending complex electromagnetic signals that would have been incomprehensible to most species. But not to Yunji. Her specialized sensory organs began interpreting the intricate communication patterns. "It's not aggressive," she whispered, her voice a mixture of scientific excitement and cautious wonder. "It's communicating." Daehyun raised an eyebrow. Communication wasn't always peaceful in deep space exploration. He'd seen enough missions turn from scientific exploration to survival scenarios in milliseconds. The drone nearest the crystalline entity suddenly projected a holographic interface, translating the complex signals into basic visual and linguistic representations. Mathematical equations, geometric patterns, and what seemed like fragmentary memories began forming in the air. "Fascinating," Yunji murmured, her specialized gloves interfacing with the drone's data stream. "It's sharing its entire evolutionary history through quantum communication." Daehyun watched, impressed by how quickly his research partner was adapting. Humans had always been about adaptation, about understanding the unknown, and this moment epitomized that spirit of exploration. As the first rays of the planet's twin suns began illuminating the landscape, something extraordinary was about to unfold, a moment of first contact that would challenge everything they knew about life, communication, and the vast, mysterious universe. End of Part 1. The communication array crackled with static as Dae-Hyun's skilled hands worked methodically. Sweat beaded on his forehead, his muscles moving with precision that spoke of years of technical training. The damaged communication system wasn't just a piece of equipment, it was their lifeline to the Horizon Prime, and potentially their only way home. Yoon-ji watched, her scientific curiosity transforming into something she couldn't quite explain. Each movement of Dae-Hyun's hands seemed to trigger an unusual response in her biological systems. The way he approached the problem, part intuition, part calculated strategy, was unlike anything she'd encountered in her extensive research of intelligent species. The planetary environment around them hummed with strange energy. Bioluminescent plants pulsed with soft blue and green light, creating an almost dreamlike atmosphere. Microscopic organisms danced in the air, creating intricate patterns that seemed to respond to the human's precise movements. "Almost there," Dae-Hyun muttered, a small screwdriver clenched between his teeth, wire cutters in one hand, and a complex circuit board in the other. It was a moment of pure human ingenuity, improvising with limited resources, transforming a potentially mission-ending problem into a solvable challenge. Yoon-ji felt something shift inside her. Her body's biochemical processes began responding in ways that defied her species' typical physiological patterns. The Lumina were known for their emotional control, their ability to maintain absolute rational thinking. But something about this human was creating unexpected neural connections. A sudden surge of energy coursed through the communication array. Sparks flew, but Dae-Hyun didn't flinch. Instead, he adjusted his grip, redirected the energy flow, and managed to stabilize the system with a series of quick, precise movements. "Got it," he said simply, a hint of satisfaction in his voice. The first clear transmission came through, a series of coordinates and mission updates from the Horizon Prime. But Yoon-ji was barely listening. Her specialized sensory organs were experiencing something unprecedented. Around them, the alien landscape seemed to pulse with a new energy. Crystalline rock formations reflected Dae-Hyun's movements, creating kaleidoscopic patterns of light and shadow. The mechanical drones nearby recalibrated their sensors, detecting the unusual bioelectromagnetic changes happening around the human. "Are you feeling all right?" Dae-Hyun asked, noticing Yoon-ji's unusual stillness. She struggled to find words. Her scientific training battled with biological responses she couldn't fully comprehend. Humans were fascinating, but this was something more than simple fascination. The communication array continued to emit soft electronic pulses. Nearby, a small robotic maintenance unit, no larger than a house cat, began moving in synchronized patterns, almost as if responding to the human's earlier repair work. Dae-Hyun's practical approach to problem-solving was unlike anything in Lumina scientific records. It wasn't just about finding a solution, it was about finding the most efficient, most elegant solution possible. Each movement was a calculation, each decision a complex algorithm of human intuition and learned skill. Yoon-ji's body temperature began to rise. Her specialized research uniform, typically able to regulate her body's exact molecular composition, seemed to be malfunctioning. Something about the human's presence was creating a cascade of unexpected biological responses. "Diagnostic scan," she managed to say, her voice slightly strained. The drone nearest her began running a comprehensive biological assessment. The results were unprecedented. Her neural pathways were forming new connections, her cellular structure showing signs of adaptive response that defied current scientific understanding. Dae-Hyun approached, concern etched on his face. "Everything okay?" Each step he took seemed to intensify the strange biological reaction. The mechanical drones around them began to recalibrate, their advanced sensors detecting the unusual quantum interactions happening between the human and the Lumina researcher. The planetary environment seemed to hold its breath, a moment suspended between scientific discovery and something far more profound. Something was changing. Something extraordinary was about to unfold. End of Part 2. The compact dining module within their planetary research station hummed softly with environmental controls. Metallic walls shimmered with adaptive camouflage technology, reflecting the alien landscape outside. Dae-hyun prepared, a meal using compact nutritional synthesizers, his movements purposeful and efficient. Yoonji watched, her biological sensors continuing to react in unprecedented ways. The human's simple act of preparing food became a complex dance of cultural revelation. Humans survived multiple global challenges, Dae-hyun began, his voice calm and deliberate. We've navigated climate disasters, technological disruptions, and complex societal transformations. He placed a synthesized protein cube on the table, a standard deep space exploration meal. But the way he presented it was anything but standard. Each movement contained a story, each gesture a testament to human adaptability. The small robotic maintenance unit rolled closer, its sensors scanning the meal preparation. Its artificial intelligence seemed fascinated by Dae-hyun's methodical approach. During the great climate migrations of 2089, Dae-hyun continued, humanity didn't just survive. We reimagined entire ecological systems. We transformed desert regions into sustainable agricultural zones. We developed ocean-based floating cities when sea levels rose. Yoonji's neural pathways began responding in strange, complex patterns. His narrative wasn't just information. It was a living, breathing testament to species resilience. Outside, the alien landscape shifted. Bioluminescent vegetation responded to Dae-hyun's passionate storytelling, creating subtle light patterns. That seemed to echo his words. The crystalline rock formations pulsed with subtle electromagnetic resonances. The maintenance robot projected holographic illustrations, showing human technological evolution, ecological adaptation, and societal transformations. Each image was a testament to human innovation. We didn't just adapt, Dae-hyun said, his eyes reflecting a deep, almost poetic intensity. We transformed challenges into opportunities. When artificial intelligence threatened job markets, we redesigned educational systems. When pandemics emerged, we developed global collaborative medical networks. His hands moved as he spoke, not just gesturing, but painting a living narrative of human potential. Each movement was a brushstroke, each word a color in a complex cultural canvas. Yoonji felt her body temperature rising. Her specialized research uniform struggled to regulate her biological responses. Something about human narrative was triggering. Profound physiological changes. The meal synthesizer hummed, creating another protein cube. But it was more than food. It was a symbol of human technological achievement. Compact, efficient, adaptable, much like the species that created it. Survival isn't just about physical endurance, Dae-hyun explained. It's about psychological resilience, about reimagining possibilities when conventional solutions fail. Robotic. Drones outside began recalibrating their sensors. The crystalline entity that had first contacted them seemed to pulse with increased electromagnetic activity, as if listening, learning. Yoonji's specialized sensory organs were experiencing a complete recalibration. Human narrative wasn't just communication. It was a form of quantum-level information transfer that defied her species' previous understanding. The maintenance robot projected a timeline of human achievements, from early space exploration to quantum computing, from genetic medicine to planetary terraforming. Each technological milestone represented not just progress, but a fundamental reimagining of potential. We don't just solve problems, Dae-hyun said softly. We transform the very nature of the problem itself. His words hung in the air, charged with an almost mystical potential. The dining module seemed to vibrate with unspoken energy, a living testament to the power of human narrative. Outside, the alien landscape continued its subtle dance. Bioluminescent plants swayed, rock formations pulsed, and the very atmosphere seemed to be listening, learning, understanding. Something extraordinary was happening, something beyond simple communication, a profound quantum-level exchange of Potential was unfolding, bridging not just species but entire conceptual universes. End of Part 3. The research laboratory pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Holographic displays danced around Yunji's translucent body, capturing the most extraordinary biological transformation ever recorded in galactic scientific archives. Dae-hyun stood nearby, his professional demeanor masking a deep scientific curiosity. Specialized medical drones hovered, their quantum sensors capturing every microscopic change happening within Yunji's cellular structure. Unprecedented, whispered the computational interface. Quantum neural restructuring detected. Yunji's body was literally rewriting its own genetic code. What had begun as a simple reaction to human presence was now a complete biological revolution. Her cellular membranes vibrated with new frequencies, creating complex energy patterns that defied current xenobiological understanding. The maintenance robots around the laboratory began synchronizing their movements, as if responding to the incredible transformation happening before them. Microscopic nanobots within Yunji's bloodstream danced in new, previously impossible configurations. The human neural quantum signature, the computational interface continued, is triggering adaptive responses in lumina physiological systems. Dae-hyun approached the holographic display, his trained eye catching subtle nuances that most researchers would miss. Years of deep space exploration had given him an intuitive understanding of biological adaptation that went beyond traditional scientific methodology. Outside the laboratory's reinforced windows, the alien planetary landscape seemed to respond. Crystalline rock formations pulsed with electromagnetic waves that matched the frequency of Yunji's transforming body. "It's not just a biological change," Dae-hyun muttered, more to himself than anyone else. "It's a complete quantum-level information transfer." Specialized sensors began tracking the transformation. Yunji's previously stable molecular structure now contained traces of quantum neural patterns typical of human consciousness. Her body was literally integrating human adaptive potential into its fundamental genetic code. The research drones projected multiple holographic models, each one revealing a different layer of the extraordinary transformation. Her cellular structure was becoming something entirely new, a hybrid form of intelligence that bridged multiple evolutionary pathways. Nearby, a complex quantum computer began processing the data. Its advanced algorithms struggled to comprehend the unprecedented biological phenomenon unfolding before it. Adaptive potential increased by 427%, announced the computational interface. Quantum neural connectivity expanding beyond previous biological limitations. Dae-hyun's hands moved across the control panel, adjusting monitoring systems. Each movement was calculated, precise, a testament to human problem-solving capabilities that had now become part of this extraordinary biological process. The maintenance robots began rearranging laboratory equipment, their artificial intelligence sensing the profound changes happening around them. They moved with a synchronicity that suggested they were responding to more than just programmed instructions. Yunji's body began to emit a soft, pulsing light. Her previously translucent skin now contained complex energy patterns that shifted and changed with each passing moment. It was as if human consciousness was rewriting the fundamental rules of her biological existence. "Fascinating," Dae-hyun whispered. The planetary environment outside seemed to respond. Bioluminescent vegetation synchronized their light patterns, with the energy emanating from the laboratory. The crystalline rock formations began to vibrate in harmonic resonance with Yunji's transforming body. Specialized medical drones continued their comprehensive scanning. They were witnessing something beyond a simple biological adaptation. This was a fundamental reimagining of species potential. Quantum neural pathways restructuring, the computational interface announced. Human adaptive potential integrated into lumina physiological systems. Dae-hyun watched, a mix of scientific excitement and profound respect crossing his face. Humanity's greatest strength had always been its ability to adapt, to transform, to reimagine possibilities. And now, that potential was literally rewriting the genetic code of an entire alien species. The laboratory continued to pulse with energy. The transformation was incomplete, but something extraordinary was emerging. A new form of intelligent life that bridged multiple evolutionary pathways. Something incredible was about to be born. End of Part 4. The research vessel, Horizon Prime. Hung in space like a silent guardian, its advanced systems processing the most extraordinary discovery in galactic scientific history. Inside the primary research chamber, Daehyun and Yoonji stood together, representing something far beyond a simple scientific partnership. Yoonji's transformed body radiated a soft, pulsing energy. Her previously translucent lumina physiology now contained complex quantum neural pathways that integrated human adaptive potential. Sophisticated holographic displays danced around her, capturing the intricate biological transformation. "We are more than an experiment," she said, her voice resonating with a new kind of intelligence. "We are a bridge between species." The computational interface began projecting comprehensive data streams. Multiple alien research councils were simultaneously analyzing the unprecedented biological symbiosis happening before their sensors. What had begun as a simple planetary exploration had transformed into a fundamental reimagining of interspecies potential. Robotic research drones moved with synchronized precision, their artificial intelligence sensing the profound implications of this discovery. Each movement suggested they were witnessing something beyond traditional scientific understanding. Human consciousness, Daehyun explained to the gathered research team, isn't just about problem solving. It's about reimagining possibilities. The planetary environment outside seemed to respond. Crystalline rock formations pulsed with electromagnetic waves that matched the energy emanating from their research chamber. Bioluminescent vegetation synchronized their light patterns, creating a living canvas of biological communication. Specialized quantum computers struggled to process the comprehensive data. Hyunji's transformed physiological structure represented a complete fusion of lumina biological potential with human adaptive capabilities. Her neural pathways now contained complex information transfer mechanisms that defied previous scientific understanding. "The human capacity for adaptation," she continued, "is not just a survival mechanism, it's a fundamental method of universal communication." Maintenance robots rolled closer, their sensors capturing every microscopic detail of the extraordinary transformation. They seemed to understand, on some fundamental artificial intelligence level, that they were witnessing a historic moment of species integration. Daehyun's hands moved across complex holographic interfaces, displaying multiple layers of biological transformation. Each gesture told a story of human innovation, of the ability to transform challenges into opportunities. The research vessel's communication arrays began receiving transmissions from multiple galactic research councils. Scientific teams from dozens of advanced civilizations were analyzing the unprecedented biological symbiosis. "We are creating a new form of intelligence," Yoonji said, her transformed body now containing traces of quantum neural patterns that bridged multiple evolutionary pathways. Outside the research chamber's reinforced windows, the alien planetary landscape continued its subtle dance. Strange electromagnetic waves created complex patterns that seemed to respond to their conversation, as if the entire environment was participating in this extraordinary moment of discovery. The computational interface projected a comprehensive timeline. What had begun as a simple planetary exploration had transformed into a fundamental reimagining of species potential. Human adaptive capabilities were proving to be something far more profound than simple survival mechanisms. "Communication is more than language," Daehyun explained. "It's about understanding potential, about seeing possibilities where others see limitations." Robotic research drones began preparing comprehensive data packages. Multiple research councils would spend decades analyzing this single moment of interspecies transformation. They were witnessing the birth of a new form of universal understanding. Yoonji's transformed body continued to emit a soft, pulsing light. Her specialized sensory organs now contained complex quantum neural pathways that integrated human adaptive potential with Lumina Biological Systems. The maintenance robots moved in perfect synchronization, their artificial intelligence sensing the profound implications of this discovery. They understood, on some fundamental level, that they were part of something extraordinary. "We are not just exploring a planet," Yunji said, her voice resonating with a new kind of intelligence. "We are expanding the very definition of consciousness," Daehyun smiled. Humanity's greatest strength had always been its ability to adapt, to transform, to reimagine possibilities. And now, that potential was creating something entirely new. A bridge between species. A new form of universal understanding. The universe watched and waited. End of Part 5.